Hello, dear audience. Welcome to Voice of Mongolia podcast. We have been transmitting the Voice of Mongolia podcast since October. It's exactly the 9th episode. Today, we have a special guest from the Embassy of Russian Federation to Mongolia. Okay, let's meet a female Russian young diplomat. Yeah, she is Anna. Hello.
Hello.
Firstly, let's introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, thank you for inviting. My name is Anna. I work at the Russian Embassy.
Okay. The first question is, how long have you been living here in Mongolia? Also, how did you first contact to this nomadic country?
That's an interesting question. Well, my first time of visiting Mongolia, it was 2004. When I was a student, I was 18 years old that year, and I came here actually for student practice for 1 month's practice in Mongolia. It was my first experience here. And you know, it was very nice when I came. It was almost before 20 years ago, but everything was different that time. But I like this country since my first visit here.
The following question is about your work experience in this country. Then please tell us your current position.
Okay. Well, actually, I am not only a diplomat, I am a Mongolian Mongolist. I am engaged in Mongolian studies and this research since 2002 from my first course of the university. Well, and I studied also here for my postgraduating. When I finished the university at Russia, then I came here and I studied at the Mongolian State University for 3 years, the School of of International Relations.
Oh, wow.
Of MUIS, of Mongolian State University. Yeah, it was my 3 years here when I was studying here, and after that I came back to Russia and then came again to Mongolia 2011 to work at Russian Embassy. And it was my work from 2011 to 2016, and almost 6 years here. And after that, I came back to Moscow, and 2 years ago, I came again.
Okay.
This is my work experience here.
Mm-hmm. Then today's guest is a female diplomat. Why did you choose this profession? And please talk about your academic education briefly.
It's also difficult to explain by one word, but anyway, it was like my dream. I was interested in world relationship, in politics, in relationships between different countries since my years. I was just decided to choose this profession, and I entered the Faculty of International Relations and graduated on this specialty. That's why.
Okay, I see. The public thinks that diplomats work and travel around the world. So, how many countries did you visit to work as a diplomat and maybe as an individual?
Of course, diplomatic work is a very interesting work. But as for me, as a diplomat, I visited for work only Mongolia because I am a Mongolian Mongolist. I am working for Mongolian destination. How to explain? I don't know. But of course, I visited many countries, not only by work and also like an individual, like a tourist. More than 20 countries, I think. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. You've said that you are also Mongolist.
Yes.
But I'd like to ask about, please tell about your research article. It's very interesting.
Yeah, you know, I start to study, to research Mongolia, Mongolian peoples, Mongolian traditions and customs since my first course of university. And I came Mongolia many times to research this area. It was very interesting. Also, ethnographic specialities of Mongolian people, of Mongolian nation. I visited many places in Mongolia, and sometimes I visited Mongolian gear. I slept in Mongolian gears. I ride the Mongolian horse. So I don't know, many different experiences, you know, and everything was very interesting for me. I think I can talk a lot about Mongolian traditions.
Oh,
yeah.
Wonderful. Also, your career enables you to experience various cultures. So, what do you think about Mongolian culture and a specialty of its culture compared to other parts around the world?
You know, Mongolia, it's a nomadic civilization. It's a civilization. That's why it's great. And also Mongolian culture is a very special culture, which I like very much. For example, what I like in Mongolian people in this country, very Mongolian hospitality, good character, you know. In Mongolian, we can say that Mongolian people not very punctual, for example. In Mongolian language, we can say Mongolchut sakbartku, not very punctual, you know. Maybe for work it's not very good, not very convenient, but we have to understand this special culture of this country. And it's depend on nomadic civilization. So, you know, I think in Russia we have more than 200 nationalities, different religions, many nations. But in Mongolia we have only 2 big nations, and the most titled nation in Mongolia is the Mongolians. So I like that you protect your culture and traditions very carefully. For example, in Mongolian traditional celebrations like Sagan Sar or Nadam, you like to wear Mongolian clothes, Mongolian gear, and like this traditional style in the clothes. It's very good, you know. I like it very much, for example.
Before diving into that conversation, I've listened to that you have already traveled to 21 provinces throughout Mongolia.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
At this moment, please share with us the great things about Mongolia via this podcast.
Well, actually, that's true that I visited all Mongolian provinces, all 21. And as for me, every province, every IMAC of Mongolia, very special. You know, Mongolia is a big country by territory, and it's a very beautiful nature here you have. So, for example, I can't say which IMAC I like more, because every province are different, is special. For example, if you go to the north, you can see the Hovsgol Lake and the very beautiful trees, that area. If you say about the south of Mongolia, the Gobi Desert, it's a very great place, very special. If you go to the east of Mongolia, you will see the real Mongolian steppes. It's very wonderful. I don't know how to say. If you go to the west, you will see the great mountains. You know, I'll tell you one story. For example, when I visited the highest Mongolian mountains, which is called Taon Bogdul. It was also a very special trip. These mountains are close to the border, state border. That's why it's impossible to just people to come there by car. It's only possible by horse. So I take the horse from maybe 15 kilometers to the mountains.
Wow.
So it was like whole day by horse. It was very funny, but also very good experience and very good memory. If you go by horse, riding horse, fast horse, through that mountains, you feel like you go through the sky. It's very high. That's why you will see beautiful clouds, beautiful mountains, and also beautiful snow. It was very, very special for me, that trip.
Then which part in this country do you love the most?
I told you just now, I can't divide one because everything is very great. So every part of Mongolia I like. Even just maybe 15 kilometers from Ulaanbaatar, you go for Tiraj on maybe Darkhan destination, and everything is very beautiful. So I can say just one. I'm sorry.
I think travel is the most glittering memory in our lifetime. You said that you traveled to all provinces. So I'm also interested in your travel experience.
Yes. Traveling is a very special time. And I can say that I traveled around Mongolia not only in summer times when everything is simple, also in winter times, about Mongolian frozen, it's a special weather and very cold winter. But anyway, every time when I go any provinces, I meet very good people who invited to the gear to make you warm in this gear, or maybe give very good food, very tasty, delicious, and they say, please, if you're tired, you can sleep here, like this, So I had very many good experience, and every people which I meet all around Mongolia was very good people.
Okay. Well, which location will you recommend to foreigners who are planning to Mongolia about this?
Okay, of course I will recommend the all parts of Mongolia, but maybe many people knows about Gobi Desert, the Gobi Desert. So for sure I recommend to go there in the summer and also in winter. Summer, in the Gobi area you have many good tourist bases, so I have no problem to go there in summer. Also, if you decide to go there winter, I think you will like the desert in the winter. Also, it's very, very beautiful. For example, in the days you can take off your clothes. It's very warm, but after sunrise, how to say, when the day is finished and it's becoming very cold, like maybe minus 30, 40, I don't know, and also very difficult, but it's very good experience and I think very special feelings for every tourist. Maybe for sure I will recommend to visit Mongolian steppes. When we say about Mongolia, we start to imagine Mongolian steppes, but we're only in the east part of Mongolia. So if you go to Hente Aimak or Dornot Aimak, you will see the beautiful steppe. Also, I recommend to visit the mountains, Mongolian Altai mountains, and this Tavanbogtul, very beautiful place. And please ride by horse. It's very interesting. Also Hovskul Lake, for example, it's quite cold lake, and for swimming it's maybe not very good, but it's very beautiful place. And also the color of this water is compared to, I don't know, Caribbean Sea maybe. For example, when I visit the Caribbean Sea, I can compare the color of water of Hovsgol and Caribbean Sea. It's very beautiful color. Yeah. And so I recommend that all parts of Mongolia are beautiful.
Okay. The Mongolian government announced a campaign named Years to Visit Mongolia,
Yes, I heard.
So why do tourists need to visit Mongolia? Namely, please name some reasons to visit this country, because you have already lived more than 10 years here in Mongolia.
Yes, for sure. The reason is to see the special nomadic civilization. It's very difficult in our modern world to find the place where people maybe don't have mobile phone or don't like to watch TV, and from their morning till evening they are watching their horses or sheep. I don't know. It's very few places in the modern world, so it's very interesting, I think, to visit such kind of things and to see by eyes this. So the reason, that's it. And also Mongolian culture, you have to see by eyes, by your eyes, to understand this great culture.
Maybe you can give some advice to people who are coming here in the winter time period.
Some advice. So, well, for sure, you need to warm clothes.
Yeah.
Please, you need to use warm clothes, and also hat and shoes. And I think for Mongolian winter, the most suitable shoes is felt boots, I think, yes. It's skin gutal in Mongolian, so it's the most suitable shoes because you don't feel cold. Otherwise, maybe if you have shoes, almost very expensive shoes, you don't feel so warm like the felt boots. So, and also, I think my advice is try Mongolian food, because in winter you can't be vegan or something like this here because it's very difficult. So the climate of Mongolia, for this climate suitable Mongolian food, you need to eat many calories and many meat and warm tea, Mongolian milk tea. This food is very suitable. If you eat this food, you will not feel cold.
Lastly, we would like to focus on your living experience in Mongolia. What I mean is that what do you think about Mongolia and also Mongolian people?
I already told you, I met many good people here. And I have many friends here from different provinces, not only in UB, the people who lived only in the city, they have a special character, and the people who live in the provinces, it's also different. But all Mongolians have very good hospitality character. This is, I think, special things of Mongolian people.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for watching. This is the end of Voice of Mongolia podcast. And of course, welcome to Mongolia. Our today's episode is broadcasted on 20th of December. Today, MNB World channel marks the 5th anniversary. So our Voice of Mongolia team is congratulating MNB World's team. Happy birthday, MNB World. Thank you.